Listen, man, follow us on all platforms right now. We are on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? We are on all the platforms that we can get on. So look, we gonna react to this Drake's AI version of a song, and I think it's absolutely amazing that these AI bots can make songs. So from what we hearing, these is not real. So we're just gonna react to them anyway because I think it's funny. So yeah, man, you ready? So let's get into it, man. Let's go.
Turn K-pop. I see these niggas future sleeping at rest stops and have your soul earnings and profits come from that wing stop. I'll get your Joe Blows buttoned up and your crew top for talking all that hoopla, fucking with Gray and Boo Bob. Highway me, highway me. Won't you come over, girl, get high with me. Tell me about your insecurities, impurities, and shortcomings. Baby, I have your war coming and more coming, more life, more money, more success, more dreams. Fuck it, girl, more everything. I know you don't like all the
Oh man. See, the problem with AI, right? There's really no inflection in the music, and it sounds very good to be Drake, but for me, the problem I run into is sometimes it's too accurate, and I don't know, it just doesn't feel right to me sometimes listening to AI. I don't know. I don't know what to think. But I'm
Uh,
just gonna. It's only 2 minutes long. We're just gonna play the whole thing, and then we're gonna talk about it. So
decorations in your house. You wanted something tasteful, but it's bothering you now. I send that interior decorated to your house. Incorporate a couple hours until a baby it'll grow on us. Let's stick with it for now. Niggas try to rekindle their careers off my child. No, let's talk about it. I'm about to push all the buttons, push they keep that, push and keep fast. Yeah, you never heard nothing about how Drake style, but a Drake flop. Cause I make that little boy K-Dot turn K-pop. I see if these niggas future sleeping at rest stops and have your soul earnings and profits come from that wing stop. I'll get your Joe Blows buttoned up and your crew top for talking all that hoopla, fucking with Gray and Boo Bob. Highway me, highway me. Won't you come over, girl, get high with me. Tell me about your insecurities, impurities, and shortcomings. Baby, I have your war coming and more coming, more life, more money, more success, more dreams. Fuck it, go more everything. I know you don't like all the travel decorations in your house. You wanted something tasteful, but it's bothering you now. I send that interior decorated to your house. Incorporate a couple hours until a baby it'll grow on us. Let's stick with it for now. Niggas try to rekindle their careers off my child. No, let's talk about it. I'm about to push all the buttons, push they keep that, push and keep fast.
all right. So it stops there. Um. So the song is called High Whitney. I know how they did this. So how it works is what they do is they put keywords in, and they tell AI to make a song over this beat, sound like Drake, and they'll keep making the song until it sounds really good, and then they'll put it out. And what they did was they put the joint in their pocket and said, "Oh, this is a leaked song," and people gonna believe it. And if they don't, they're gonna get a million views off of it because it's fake. So they were like, "Fuck it." And then if Drake don't come out and say this is not me, because if it's fire, why would Drake say it's not him? You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna say nothing. He's just gonna let it run. So I think that a lot of times with these dudes who create these AI joints, we know how this works. They want a viral moment. You know what I'm saying? So they throw it out there, and that's what we get. You know what I mean? But as far as the song goes, I think it's pretty interesting. It's saying he says a bunch of stuff in there, but you know it's AI because he says stuff about Pusha T, like, and then he says stuff about Joe Buttons. Like, why are you still talking? If this is real, why are you still talking about Pusha T? He smoked you. He does no ifs ands or buts about that. You got smoked. Why are you bringing him up? He ain't say nothing. Pusha T ain't say nothing since Jay Prince and y'all supposed to have squashed it. And you took shots at him after that. But he ain't say nothing. But if this is real, bro, and on top of that, the reason why Pusha T did what he did to you and put your son out is because you mentioned his wife. So he said, okay, you know what? All gloves is off. I'm going to come at you crazy now, and I'm going to reveal something that nobody knows. So if this is real, and you're doing the same thing to Kendrick that you did to Pusha T, you did the same thing with him when he told you, why would you bring my wife up? My wife ain't got nothing to do with this, and he brought your son up. Now you violating again. So I don't know if this is real. That's what I'm saying. If it's fake, then it's fake, obviously.
I think it sounds terrible personally, but it's just my opinion.
I mean, for me, when I first heard it, I already knew it. It didn't even take me 2 seconds to realize it was AI. I heard it. I chuckled a little bit. It was amusing, but it was AI. It was AI. And I'm speaking like as far as sounding like Drake, yeah, they got that off. It sounded pretty accurate. You know what I'm saying? But what really was annoying me was academics was gassing it. Oh, I want this to be him so bad. Like, yada, 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 and this and that. I'm like, come on, bro. Are you serious, man? Like, you really want this to be Drake? Like, you really think this is like top 5 disses of all time? Bro, come on, man. You was gassed hard, bro. This is not it. This is not it, bro.
I fuck with Act, but you know the issue? But go ahead, finish what you're saying.
So I was like, you really going to put this record over push-ups? Like, hell no, bro. If I'm Drake, I'm laughing. Like, yo, you serious? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that joint wasn't it. For me, it was cute, but it wasn't it, man. That's AI Drake, you know what I'm saying? If you was bad on another AI, that'd be something different. But nah.
I like academics a lot, actually. I think he's pretty dope. I think the only issue he has is, well, then again, I can't really say that because he do gas Drake. He do. But when Drake do some goofy shit, he calls it out. Like he clearly will call it out. He defends Drake on a lot of shit, but he also, if he does some goofy shit, he don't hold no punches with nobody. You know what I mean? He would literally say, like when Kendrick dropped that John, he was like, yeah, Drake, he got you out of here. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't one of them biased dudes who like really over the top. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he will call it out. But he do be, because he want Drake to win. He says it all the time, like I want Drake to win. And he says, even if I have to gas a little bit, I'm going to do that. But I don't know, man. I don't know. So y'all want to go to the next John real quick? The Kendrick John?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, Kendrick Lamar. So this is Kendrick. I believe it's called Uno Dot. So this is supposed to be AI too, and let's see what he's talking about in the AI version.
Utter my name 3 times in front of your mirror. You hesitate to proceed after you reconsider. Lights flickered, the energy in the room shifted. Scared to open your eyes, cause you feeling the ghost of Kendrick. I dominated your favorite rapper, you idolize. My silence is enough to make niggas apologize. Retract the statements cold, saying regretting his lyrics. MCs die when you revive a competitive spirit. How to kill a rapper, let them do it to they self. Self-inflicted career wounds that fear helped. Drop nukes, surprise moves, heighten respect. They promised me me my death. Now they deleted threats. One rap nigga dead, laid on the floor. And I didn't even have to throw bullets for him to go. Now that we got that out of the way, it's one more to go. Stop wasting time, let's get the show on the road. Niggas was ignoring repeat disses, and when they give us why they entertained it and sneak disses. And now that it's direct, it's leaked disses from burner pages and all. Insecure behavior from niggas y'all call gods. I know that you were sensitive and emphasis on lame, seeking validation from rap critics, slandering names. Legacy forever cemented, I will reign. The next move, make the best move is detrimental. Grab your glocks when you see K-Dot. Better call ghost riders just to beat K-Dot. I came with a full clip, but only need one shot. No big threes, it's dynamic Uno K-Dot. K-Dot.
Nah, that ain't it. But that's better than the other one.
Yeah, I will say it is better than the other.
It's better than the other one. But I mean, it sounded like dated, and it sounded like dated Kendrick. You know what I
That's what I
mean?
was
It sounded
saying
like Kendrick
earlier.
from like 10 years ago. Yeah.
That sound like Kendrick from 10 years ago. Like, he don't even rap
Yeah.
like that no more. Now he can, but he don't. Like, you know what I'm saying? I seen somebody say that this was real. They said, "Oh no, this is real. Kendrick put it out there just to see what everybody would say." It's like,
Oh,
come
man.
on, bro. First of all, you got to look at Kendrick's history. Kendrick don't do stuff like that. He don't do stuff, and it's very rare that his stuff gets leaked. I think one joint got leaked one time. It's very rare. So I don't know. And he said, "Well, he put it out to see what happens. If people don't like it, then he gonna pull it back." Like, come on, bro. Like, stop. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think Kendrick stands on whatever he does. He stands on it. So if he was gonna put this out, trust and believe, he would have. It would have been a thing where it would have been a billboard or something. It would have been something. It wouldn't have just leaked out of nowhere. Like, nah. And the joint sound like it's a lot of air in that joint. You could tell that
Yeah.
they manipulated that joint.
It don't sound like it was well put together or produced.
Nah, I definitely don't. And Daylight confirmed that that's not the song, because Daylight said he's on the beginning of the song. He said that that's not the song. He said he's talking on the beginning of the song. So he said, I'm telling you right now, that's not it, because I'm talking on the beginning of the song.
Oh yeah, I read something about that.
He said, so that's not it. So he said, and he
So
got
I didn't even get y'all takes on Push Up. Like, what do y'all think overall of how the record went?
I'm I actually listened to it again. He said a lot of stuff that I missed in there. It's actually
Yeah,
it's actually really good. I think it's
yeah,
actually really good. The first time I listened to it, I listened to it and I listened to it a couple of times, but I didn't really understand what he was talking about. Some of the things. If you break down some of the bars he's saying, it's a lot of hidden meanings in those bars. The bars he was talking about with the Chippendale John, I found
yeah.
out that he was saying the Chippendale. Who they call, what's the name, Pluto, right? They call the
Oh
ball
yeah,
Pluto. They call
mm,
future Pluto, right?
yeah,
And he was saying something about Chippendale. So now if you look up Chippendale, on Chippendale, there's a bunch of characters who make fun of the character named Pluto, and they've always messing with his girl or some shit like that. So that's what he was saying. So it's a lot of double entendres that he said that most people probably didn't catch. You know what I'm saying? Like the part when he was saying he's on top of the mountain and he had to hike down to talk to Kendrick because he's so damn
yeah,
short. Like,
yeah.
I think it was more funny than anything, but I like the Who Kid version better than the other version. Um, as far as another thing too, the 50 mil thing, the 50 push-ups is basically saying like, oh, give me drop and give me 50, saying top. That's why he kept bringing up Top Dog, because
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar had to pay Top Dog 50 million to get off the contract, get out of his contract, and all this stuff. I mean, that's cool, but nobody cares about that. So what? You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, it's pretty good, man. I thought it was pretty good. I actually had gave it. I gave it a. We rate our joints from 1 to 12, and I had gave it a
12
10.
point, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I gave it a 10. Out of it, I think it's pretty decent.
yeah. I would probably go more with like a 8 or a 9 out of 12. Whatever, like a 7 out of 10. would be
Yeah, it would be
because
that would be an eight.
I listened to it again. Like I like the beat better. I like the energy better. I don't like the hook. Hook's kind of annoying or whatever. But I get the meaning between drop and give me 50. And I said in my review, it's a lot of jabs, but no hooks or haymakers in this one. Like
That's a good way of
it's
putting it.
it's some, yeah, it's something that I think Kendrick can get back pretty effectively. I mean, if Kendrick wanted to do like a lighter version, lighter disc version on Drake the same way, I think Kendrick could do it and do it better in a rap style. So he would top Drake, but I do think Drake has something else cooking up, and it may be harder than this one. You know what I mean? As far as some of the bars in there, I do agree with you. I think he went in on Future the most, especially when he's talking about the tricking and all that, because
Yeah.
Future openly puts it out there that he tricks on women. Openly puts it out there. So he just goes and just and he said, "I'm gonna keep that." What he said about his baby mom. I mean, I might don't want your baby mom to kiss and tell or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he really hit Future like personally. You know what I mean? Um, but I do think the Kendrick disses were effective. You know what I mean? Definitely played off the height thing because Kendrick's a small guy, or whatever. I like the visualization of that and all that, and I think like the size 7 shoe line or whatever that was dope. You know what I mean? It was good.
That was
It was
hilarious.
yeah. It was good. It was good competitive jab. So yeah, I gave it more like a 7 out of 10. So I go like 9 out of 12. But some of the stuff is kind of kind of reachy though. Like
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers was a brick.
No,
Really?
it wasn't a prick. Like he
Come
gotta
on,
chill with
man.
that.
And I'm bigger than you. I'm bigger than you in your own town. Come on, man. You must not know the West Coast. Like Kendrick Lamar is up there with like he's like a legend, like an Ice Cube and Snoop in that. Maybe not longevity wise, but I mean, if you go to L.A., I mean, come on, man.
Plus
Kendrick's gonna
Kendrick
sell
when he
out
does
faster than Drake.
when Kendrick does tours, he sells out of stadiums too.
Rock
So
stadiums,
yeah,
exactly. And he
I don't
tours
get that.
overseas too, just like Drake, like the whole Tokyo line or whatever. I'm like, well, Kendrick was in Tokyo too. Like, same thing. If you really wanted to break it down, Future and them, they were touring in Germany and France. So
Yeah,
it's like,
you
who
can't
is he
use
really
that.
referencing?
Yeah, you can't use
That's
that.
why it's like That's why I say it's more like light jabs. It's like, okay, I could flex on you like I'm big, but it's not. It's not like, all right. I'll put it this way. It's not like Drake was flexing on like a mid tier rapper like a Freddie Gibbs or something like that. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? Or not to make light of Freddie Gibbs because he's one of my favorite MCs, but like a mid tier guy that could barely, stream 30,000 in the first week. You know what I mean? And he's selling out maybe like $5,000 people auditoriums or whatever. Like I think like Drake would have a point then, but it's like the dudes you rapping against are just as big as you. I mean, even Rick Ross got almost as much money you do. I think Drake is worth like 200 million. Rick Ross is worth like 150 million. So it's like
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what I
Um,
mean? Like
I do have a question. Cause I seen academics breaking this whole thing down, and this is what he said. He said the person who's behind all of this, and I don't know if I believe this, but the way he broke it down and he explained it all, he said it's the weekend. He said he's the culprit behind all of it. And he said the way he broke it down, you would have to see the video. He broke it
yeah.
down and said that basically Metro Boomin, the weekend basically owns EXO. EXO is what they call the distribution, or they're the label behind
Hmm.
the albums that Metro Boomin do. That's his not production team or whatever, like label heads or whatever, or something like that. And he broke it down. And he's saying like, if you pay attention to everything, it all comes back to XO. Everything. He said everything comes back to XO. All of you look. He looked up people's names. He said this person's name. Drake mentioned this person's name. He mentioned that person's name, and that person owns XO. Metro Boomin is a part of this. Is part of that. I said I don't know, man. I know the Weeknd and Drake has issues, and they always had issues for a long
I
time.
thought they pieced it up though. Then they
Nah,
pieced that up.
nah, that's over with. He say he dissed them in that song, and then the Weeknd
Well, no,
dissed him
I
on
said
his
before.
second
I know,
album.
no, he started dissing them again, but I thought they pieced this up. I want to say around the time or right after the Kanye piece up or whatever.
Yeah, I know he
Yeah, I
did.
want
Like
to
the
say
people brought him out in a concert or whatever, and he was saying it's my brother, whatever. But it's one thing that you gotta understand, not you, but people gotta understand about Drake. Drake is very fake, and he will pretend like you're the greatest guy ever, because that's what he's do. He's an entertainer. He did the same thing with Rick Ross, J. Cole, Weeknd, anybody he brings on stage. This is my favorite artist. This is my. He does that because he wants to make the crowd feel good. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. But I don't. My thing is people saying that he shouldn't respond to Rick Ross. Now I have a big issue with that because you can't really say this about Rick Ross. Rick Ross, anybody do a versus Rick Ross, he could beat a lot of people in the verses. He has multiple hits on top of hits. That's one. Two, he is in the top 5 out of this generation. It would be Drake, J. Cole, Rick Ross, Kanye West, and Kendrick Lamar. To me, that's my 5. So
right
how
now.
can you say that this guy Drake don't have to respond to Rick Ross? It's not like Drake's responding to somebody at a lower tier. This guy he has songs with superstars. Jay-Z has multiple songs with Jay-Z. He got songs with everybody. For you to say that he don't have to respond to Rick Ross, why? That doesn't make
What
sense
do
to
you
me.
So what did you think about the champagne? Was it champagne moments with Rick
Hard.
Ross? What you think of
That
that one?
record is
That
hard,
joint,
boy.
that joint was
Fire.
fire. That
Yeah,
joint, I put that disc. I put Champagne Moments over Drake's joint. Like I'm not even
interesting.
going to lie. I got, I got him up against Drake, and I spoke to
Interesting.
Freedom. I gave my reasons why. He held nothing back. First, few reasons why I gave it. I put it over. For one, he came out swinging. He ain't care about nobody's feelings. He didn't care about nothing. Not to mention, no one expected this. This was like basically a blind punch. Like somebody swing at you, you don't see that joint coming, and that joint hit you. Those are the ones that hurt the most.
Came out of nowhere. Yeah, it
Yeah,
kind of surprised a lot of people, yo.
no one's seen this coming, and you could tell he took it very personal. You could tell Rick Ross took everything very personal, and he was just calling this guy out his name the whole entire track. He talked about things that no one even knew about. I ain't know about no nose job. When he said that, I was
Yeah,
rolling.
yeah, I know.
I was rolling. He said the nose job joint, I was hollering.
You
I
know
was like,
what? You know what though? Now that I think about it, I think I give it a little bit more credit because it did come out of nowhere. I said they were both like solid. They were both, but I think Rick Ross's was the better song because it was more hip hop. It was a smoother type of record, like I would like to listen to. But um, everybody's talking about and see, this is a narrative that's out there. So Drake came out with the I've been on every one of your number one hits or whatever, for Rick Ross or whatever. But Ross came right back and it's like, listen, if you're gonna come with that narrative, I'm going right for the ghostwriter thing because if you're gonna go and say oh well, you made all of my hits. When I'm writing my lyrics, I'm writing my flows and hooks and all that. Everybody writes your hits. You know what I mean? You get ghostwriters for all your hits. So and you got help. So if we gonna go tit for tat, you know what I mean? You can't come from me for being a 100% on mine, because at least I'm writing my shit 100%. At least I'm writing my hooks. I'm making my songs. You having everybody help write your hits. You see what I'm saying? So I like
Yeah,
how he kind of flipped that narrative around. And I
yeah,
didn't really think about it at first.
yeah.
So I listened to uh, um, Champagne Memories again.
Yeah,
Or champagne
Nah,
moments. Yeah.
I think that the reason why, to me, the reason why that song is hard, I agree with y'all. He came out the gate, he dropped it right away, and Rick Ross is doing what rappers used to do in the late '90s, 2000s. They didn't waste no time. You know what I'm saying? And he's from that battle class because he battled 50 Cent, and him and 50 Cent went back and forth for
From the
years.
2000s, yo.
For
Yeah.
years they went back and forth, and then it went away. Then it came back, and he had some valid points. And when he said, what's the difference between 50 Cent selling one album with 10 million records and me selling 10 albums with 1 million records? It's no difference. He said I'm still that guy. You know what I'm saying? And he stood up to 50 Cent. I think that he was really the only person that survived 50 Cent's onslaught, because 50 Cent did
Or
some
Jada
wild
kissing a
stuff.
lot, too.
He
Jada
did a
kissing a
wild
lot.
stuff. Wild
Yeah.
stuff. I'm talking like wild stuff. But Ross learned from that. He kept it moving. And on top of that, he's still that guy. So Drake got to understand what he's
Yeah.
dealing with when it comes to Ross. People could try to downplay Ross what they want because they have this biasness with Drake, but you can't really say too much about Ross. He's successful too. There's nothing you can say about that guy. Like, what can you
Yeah,
really say? He did a verses with 2 Chainz, and 2 Chainz got smoked bad. Like, he sat
Oh,
there with a
yeah.
chick giving him a massage while he playing his music. Like, come on, bro. And he
yeah,
said, I got 20 more. So you can't really say too much about Ross. Like, you can't. Can't. You know what I'm saying? He got some. I don't know, man. Ross, who got more classic albums, Drake or Ross?
hmm.
That's a
Oh,
debate.
that's that's a debate. Yeah,
You know what I'm
I
yeah.
saying?
mean, I think Drake got a classic mixtape in So Far Gone, but I think Ross got a classic mixtape in what is it, is it Rich Forever?
I
Think
believe it's
so?
Rich Forever.
Yeah. I think, but album wise, I mean, all right, Teflon Don versus Take Care. Take your pick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what you gonna do?
I will say this, though. If I had to take my pick on the catalog,
I
and
was
who
just
had
gonna
the
say
best,
that.
yeah,
I'm taking Rick Ross any day of the week.
there you go.
Yes, sir.
So,
I
if
mean,
we
that's
going
not
from
even
Port of
up for debate.
Miami
We're going
to
album for
Teflon Don
album.
to
Oh yeah.
yeah, come on, bro. Like, no, bro. Like, production wise, hell no. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Rick
Mafia
Ross
music,
is. I mean, them albums
come
is
on.
like movie scores.
Yeah, like, no. Like, let's be serious here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. So I don't know, man.
Hey, listen. I'm I'm sharing our stuff on live on Facebook, and I seen this the cover for Champagne Moments. He made that actual single. I seen the cover for Champagne Moments.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah, I know. He made Drake look like Craig.
oh son, oh my God, bro. He got Drake looking like Leave It to Beaver, bro.
Look
Yeah.
like Craig, man.
He said,
Hey,
he said he
yeah.
gonna do a song called No One Knows. That's so. How y'all feel about that? Because the question I have for y'all is, do Drake do and I don't want to be I'm not I'm just gonna put it out there because I'm not trying to be colorism or to use colorism into this, but why is it that when a light skinned brother can get away with certain things, like for example Drake had lipo surgery and they saying he had a nose job. Now I don't know about the nose job thing. I don't know. I can't confirm that, but I can confirm that he definitely had lipo on his stomach to get so he can get a 6 pack abs. He put that out
Yeah.
himself. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh yeah.
that ain't nothing to hide. Why is it that if this was Kendrick Lamar and he did something even remotely close to that, even if Kendrick got surgery on his hand or something like that, niggas be like, "Oh, look at his hand. He think he's slick." You know what I'm saying? Why do people like Drake get a pass on certain
I
things
think
like this?
I think what it is with Drake is Drake does so much corny. I'm not gonna say corny, but corny, petty, like kind of stuff that's just kind of lame that we've kind of like let it go. Like I'll tell you what was really lame was he posted the text conversation with his mother about the nose job online after Rick Ross dissed him, right?
Come on.
So Rick Ross comes with a song, disses him, and that's hip hop, bro. That's hip hop about the nose job. That's hip hop. That's he came at you in the song. He talked this shit. What you call that's hip hop. But you coming back to almost kind of like laugh it off, texting your mother of all people, up there to kind of like, and I think like Drake's logic is I'm gonna disrespect him because and make him be so beneath me. I'm gonna text the conversation with my mom saying I'm laughing about my mom when it actually makes him look worse. Cause you, first of all, you actually putting that out there with your mom or whatever, and putting the text out there makes me think that's like um, you know, subliminal. I don't know if you want to call it subliminal projection or what have you. It makes me think you actually did have a nose job because if it really wasn't that much of an issue, you wouldn't bring it up. You just laugh it off and be like whatever, or you do like a comeback meme, like, oh, like, you want to talk about lipo? Look at you. What did you have? Lap band surgery? Because the dude's like Rick Ross literally lost like 150 pounds. You know what I mean? He could have done the same before and after thing with Ross and made him laugh or something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But you actually posting a text conversation with your mom that you called your mother over a nose job makes me think it hit you hard. It
Yeah,
hit you emotionally. Makes me think it's true and you told your mom. Why you bringing your mother in this? Bro? Like that's just that. Like it's like Ross said. You're telling your mommy on him. Like you a grown man. You're 30. What is he? 37 years old.
yeah.
And this is hip hop, bro. Like see, it's stuff like that is the reason why we can never fully embrace Drake.
I'm gonna
Like
tell
that's
you.
lame, bro.
I'm gonna tell y'all what it really is with Drake, and where I think the reason why people are competing with Drake's success. They're not competing with his music. I learned this today
Uh,
when I said to myself, how can you say that this guy who is an international pop star, now he's hip hop, he's a rapper, but he's mostly known for his pop hits. Because if you look at his rap songs, his pop hits supersedes those. Hotline Bling and all of those songs, they're way gone. So he's more known for being a pop star. When people say that he's right next to Jay-Z, they're only saying that because they look at Drake's success. That's it. Whenever someone talks about Drake, every person brings up him selling records. He has so many hits, but most of his hits are pop songs.
that's a
They're not
very
hip
good
hop songs.
question, man. That's a good that's a good point. I actually want to do the homework now. What are the songs that he actually raps on? Like rap songs, pure rap hook songs that chart and go to number one. I really gotta see that.
You got to see it because people are competing with him and his success. That's it. They're not competing with his pen because there's rappers who better than him. Pusha T showed that. They're not competing with the catalog because the catalog, Kendrick has a better catalog. They're only competing with Drake's success. That's it. Because whenever somebody argue about Drake, they always say, "Oh, he has this many awards. Oh, he has this many hits." That's it. They don't never say, "Well, he actually out rapped that nigga," or "He actually has a better album than that nigga." They don't never say that. Everybody's competing with that dude's success. That's it. They ain't competing with nothing else. So the only person they could put in
That's
that
true.
category is Jay-Z and Eminem. That's it. But then again, that's not really true because Kendrick has so many multiple awards himself. He has platinum records too. He might not have number one as many hits as Drake, but overall, his catalog stands better. And on top of that, when he drops, all his songs go into the Hot 100 too. It ain't like it don't. He just won 12 awards for his last album. So I'm not. The thing is, that's the comparison. Now, as far as Drake goes with rapping with Kendrick, he can't rap with Kendrick. He can't. Everybody knows this. So they're gonna always use that as their trump card.
It,
Like, oh well, see, he has more hits than Kendrick though. No matter what Kendrick does, it doesn't even matter. Drake has more hits. That's the argument that they always present, and I think it's corny.
it's crazy, man. Yeah, I actually, fellas, I gotta check out early tonight,
All right,
but
man.
I can jump back on with you guys later because you know more music's coming with all of this. It's getting
Yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll catch up
All right,
with you.
guys.
All right,
No
man.
doubt, man.
All right,
Peace.
peace.
See you.
Yeah, man. So, I truly believe that at this point, when people saying that Ross shouldn't Ross doesn't need to Ross needs to respond. I mean, don't Drake don't need to respond to Ross. I think that that's cap because ain't no way in the world you're gonna sit here and tell me that Ross drops a fire John, which is the second best John, because I believe like that is still the best. Then Ross John. You telling me that this
Yeah.
guy Ross, who's super successful, who has multiple hits, who is a great rapper, who is a formidable opponent against anybody, that Drake don't have to respond in him? Why is it that Drake gets a pass? Why does he get a pass? Why does he have to? Why do people always have this a certain thing where people say, well, he don't have to respond to him, but he had to respond to him. But then you have an argument with when Kendrick dropped Control and he dissed everybody. The argument is, well, he all these niggas dissed him, but he didn't respond to them. It's like, wait a minute. So what's your argument here? Because you're saying that Drake don't need to respond to nobody, but at the same time, you're telling me that Kendrick has to respond to people. It doesn't make
Yeah.
sense. You know what I'm saying? So what are we doing here? Does I mean, if Drake gets smoked, which he got smoked by a couple of people. I remember when he got smoked by Pusha T, and niggas literally said, "Man, he ain't got to respond to Pusha T. Pusha T ain't nothing. He ain't got no hits. Who is Pusha T?" This is what niggas was saying. What? These same dudes who claim super hip hop, they're hip hop heads. These guys are arguing for a pop star. I like Drake, but I can acknowledge that he is a pop star. They're arguing for a pop star. You know what I'm saying? They're making these arguments for this guy who literally makes songs that are pop songs. Why? Why does he get this super pass on everything? That's what I don't understand. What's going on here?
Man, oh man,
Say that again. You was cutting out. What you say?
I, all that with Drake, man, I just don't know. I don't know. It's hard for me to even say like why he gets a pass all the time. Like he's one of the ones like people feel like he can do no wrong. That's how they emulate him. They emulate him as one that can do no wrong. Like he's innocent within everything, you know. Like, you know, and not for nothing, as far as his artistry, I take nothing away from his artistry. But I mean, like the guy. Look, man, your guy. Look, he going. If he takes this L, y'all gotta let him know he took an L. Simple as that. Y'all can't be making no excuses for him. Y'all can't say this, can't say that. Y'all just gotta let your man take his licks and keep it moving. Stop making excuses for him. Stop making excuses for him. You
Yeah, I
know what I
think that
mean? Because
go ahead, you got
hmm?
it.
Because you know what I mean. Y'all damn sure if it's Kendrick, y'all damn sure don't be trying to make no excuses for Kendrick. Y'all will throw Kendrick under the bus quick. You know what I mean? And let me say this too. Let me say this too. You J. Cole fans suck. Y'all suck. Y'all suck. Let me tell you why that you J. Cole fans suck. As soon as he bowed down and said, I apologize, y'all all flew the coop. A lot of y'all flew the coop. A lot of y'all just tucked your head between your legs and started backpedaling. Y'all need to keep the same energy. Y'all need to call him out for apologizing. That's what y'all need to do. Stop, stop like making like this is like some sort of national threat. Like people could die. Like I'm here, I'm reading comments. Oh my God, this could be gang warfare. I'm glad he backed out and this and that. And then you got other people saying, I never liked J. Cole anyway. I should have never brought his albums. You guys suck, man. You guys suck. Listen, man, I'm a Cole fan. I didn't like that he apologized. But at the end of the day, he don't want the smoke. Let that man be. Just forget about it. I'm tired of talking about it. Actually, it's getting on my nerves. But I just wanted to call that out because I'm reading the comments and y'all just keep look, man. Some people, my boy explained it the best. You know what I mean? And I didn't even take it as a spiritual thing, but when he explained it, when Rick broke it down to me, I understood. He's one of those guys, if you call him from a spiritual standpoint and you go back into his history, he's one of those, he's not, he basically said that J. Cole is not a true African. Because if you look at the history of the African civilizations, we all were warriors. We all were competitive. We all were fighters. He said that J. Cole is a Hebrew, and so I had to go back and look at, and then he said the Hebrew people, they weren't confrontational people. That's what he said. Now I could be breaking it down wrong, and I'm gonna bring Rick back to break it down and explain it even further. But that's what he said. And so then when I think about it, I was like, yo, that could make some sense. So I'm gonna just say this, man. Let that man just be. Let him be where he at and go about his business. Don't. But the only thing I gotta say is that as far as that competitive nature, as far as saying you the best MC in the world, that you'll chew this and chew that, don't put that in your raps no more, bro. Just rap. Just rap. If your album makes number one, let it make number one. Just rap, bro. Because you keep saying that you is definitely not, they're definitely not gonna let you. As soon as you thinking what you say, as soon as you think he's Superman trying to take off with the cape, they're gonna be bringing him right back down.
They
So just
pulling them
keep that
down.
out your.
I, I just like I said, let's just be clear here because Drake has mastered the art of getting a pass, and I believe that you can't say one thing like people say. Well, Drake's black, right? And I believe he's black, right? I believe Drake's black because people say, why is Rick Ross calling Drake white boy? right? Why is he calling him a white boy, right? And everybody says, well, Drake's black. But when you talk about Logic, who's in the same situation that Drake is, you say he's white. He rapped just like Drake. I would say that he raps more than Drake, actually. I would say Logic is much more hip hop than Drake is. But for some
I would
reason,
say,
Logic's a white boy. Same situation. Drake's a black boy. So I don't know why people feel as though they have to be Drake's lawyer. I don't know why. I think it's more of a thing where they look at him as this era's Hove, and Kendrick is this era's Nas. That's how I think people look at it. And these two guys are going back and forth. And you already know how people was with Jay until Ether came out. And then that just changed everything. So I just want to say to the Drake fans, because I'm a Drake fan, but I'm going to say, y'all got to stop being so biased. Y'all got to have an open mind. If this is going to be a battle, I can guarantee you Kendrick can drop the greatest diss ever. And they're going to say it's okay. They're going to say, oh, that's, I don't know about. No, he's saying the same thing everybody else said, though. Everybody said that already. Everybody knows Drake's a snake. Everybody knows Drake's trying to fuck people, girl. They know that. They know Drake's a snake. I know Drake's a snake. It's like, this dude told his mother, nigga. He told his mother. That's worse than apologizing.
Yeah.
This guy told his mother and put it out. I can't forgive him for that. You can't get around that. I don't care how light-skinned you are. You cannot get around that. You told your mother. Nigga, you are 35. Hey, Siri, how old is Drake?
Drake is 37.
He's 37. You almost 40. And you telling your mother? You in a rap battle. How are you telling your mother? Okay, you told your mother. But that doesn't have to mean that you have to put it on Instagram, nigga. I forgive you, J. Cole. Because officially, Drake has done something worse than you.
Yeah.
That's worse than what at least he was a man about it. This guy tells his mother, and you niggas still saying he's a better artist? Are you kidding me? How can you even vouch for a nigga that tell a mother? Isn't that called snitching? Oh, matter of fact, tattletelling. Oh, Mom, look, Rick Ross said what about me? It's crazy, right? You got a good relationship with your mother. You are a so-called hip-hop artist. But this is what pop niggas do. They take the element of hip-hop and they tell their mother. That's what they do. This is what these niggas do. They tell their mother. You niggas better not ever say nothing to me about Drake. I don't care if he comes up with the most clever bar ever. You can't write your way out of that. You told your mother, nigga. You are officially demoted. If you want to say successful, okay, cool, you got it. But you will never be in my top 10. After you did something like that, how can I put you in my top 10? You 37 years old telling your mother that a rapper dissed you. He dissed me, Mom. Mom, look what, you know Rick Ross, remember Rick Ross? I'm the biggest boss. Remember him? He dissed me. He said I had a nose job. Come on, bro. Can't be serious.
Nah, that's what they do. Definitely serious. They serious because they basically say all these outlandish things, man, and they don't care. And they think it makes sense. That's the funny thing. They think it actually makes sense. But
Hey, man, look.
Whatever.
We out of here, man. Thank y'all for joining our live, man. We'll see y'all another time. Peace. Bye.